Alright, this is my 2013 Jeep Wrangler. Just going to give you kind of a walk around here. This is the two-door Sport X model. So the base model, no power windows or anything like that. You'll notice it does have the anniversary hood. This is a real Mopar part, but was added on afterwards. I'll go ahead and show you under here as I kind of get into the list of modifications. The paintwork is impeccable. You guys did a great job, even to my high standards. Go ahead and open it up here. You can see they put the under cover, ram air, everything as though it came from the factory. And then for the more astute folks, you'll hear a little different noise than most JKs. That's the Magnuson Supercharger, 8 PSI pulley. Did have the truck dyno tuned. I believe it made somewhere around 300 horsepower to the wheels. Big upgrade over stock. It's sitting on Krawler mid-arm suspension. And you'll also notice that is not the stock front axle. That's a Dana 44 in the front as well as the rear. Lockers in the front and rear. They are E Lockers, so no compressor to worry about. Truck has 410 gears, front and rear, just like a stock Rubicon. Didn't want to go too crazy with it. You can fit 35-inch tires under here. You can fit 35-inch tires under here with the stock fender flares. I didn't really like any of the aftermarket ones, so that's why it's got the stock ones. It does have these aftermarket steps. These are aftermarket. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of show you the inside here. So other than the mid-arm suspension lift, the supercharger, some of these aesthetics, obviously front and rear bumpers are aftermarket. I don't know if you guys saw those. Got some hella fog lights, which are switched on the interior. That's the rear bumper here. Now this rear bumper, I don't know if you can see it here, it does have the tow package, and unlike a lot of these things where it's just kind of bolted to the bumper, it's actually on the frame. So you actually can tow something with this if you want. So on the interior here, you got your fog lamp switch. You've got your front and rear locker controls. It also has an Alpine Headunit along with all Polk audio speakers in the front, which are components, as well as the rear, which are coax. You can't see them in here because I tried to make it as stock looking as possible. There is an Alpine 900 watt 5-channel amp hidden under the seat, which you cannot see by design. It's bolted to the underside of the seat. And then kind of tough to hide this, but this is a JL Audio 10-inch shallow subwoofer. I'll kind of open up the trunk area so you can kind of see. With a neoprene seat cover on the back seat, nobody would be any the wiser that you've got a subwoofer. It's also got a quick disconnect right under here. This leads to a little quick disconnect so you can still remove the seat. I've got it kind of hooked on here. I like to hook this up when I'm driving because of the Mopar design. Doesn't really keep it steady. Okay, now just pull this back up. All right, so seat locked in place. So that's the subwoofer. Now inside here is the sub box. So you won't be able to see it because, again, by design, but it's all MDF. Trim ring here just to offset for the sub. Again, a seat cover will cover this if you don't want it visible while you're out driving around with no top. Just kind of give you a shot of the interior. Back seat is pretty clean. I think I've only had 2 or 3 people sit back there. Okay. Just kind of scope it out. Again, everything on the Jeep done to look as stock as possible as to not attract attention, but I'm sure this is one of the faster and more professionally put together rigs that you'll see on the road. Right here, just under 45,000 miles. And although some would probably call it a little overkill, I've always changed the oil with full synthetic every 3,000 miles. That's because that's kind of what I grew up changing it at with conventional oil, but this has always been done with full synthetic. I give you another walk around view here. And for the most part, other than when it's at work, Jeep has been garaged. I don't know of another Magnuson Supercharged Jeep in the area. I've seen a couple of the ripped ones. I went with the Magnuson just for the root style blower. I'll show you up under there. I don't know if you can really get a good look. But that's the rock crawler. Just kind of give it one more walk around. I actually do have a soft top for it as well, sitting in the garage also. Thanks for watching.